Hello everyone, my name is El Parnaso, and in today's video I'm gonna show you the best first yummy TOON one card combo. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share the channel with your people so we can grow. Also remember that I will still be updating the best yummy masterclass that already has over 5 hours of content and will eventually get to even 8 hours of content with the updates that I will put. One of the future updates this week will be an in-depth review of the interactions between the Yummy cards and the TOON cards as a follow-up for this combo video. So check it out. It's just for $20 and it's the information that I used to win Nets and top 8 the Continental Championship this season with Yummy. So now let's talk about this. There are a few things to consider when it comes to try to build a combo with the TOON cards and the Yummy cards. First, it's very important, I believe, to understand the template of each engine and what each engine wants to achieve in their different in the different ways that they can combo. So that is why, for example, here I have yamming about the Embor template, so you can be aware that about the yummies. And in my prior video, I made, in one of my prior TOON videos, I show you the template of the Embor that the TOON cards want to achieve, or the different Embors that you can achieve with just one Funny Dark Rabbit. So we are trying to look for a way that you can make the combo and still achieve the most of both of those engines. So there are a few things that you will need to consider when we develop this combo. So let's just start with it so you can check those things that I mentioned. So we go for normal Dark Rabbit. We are going to put the field spell here. We always put it directly, so we respect the Troll and Lockbird. So here we add, we still go for what we want. We want the rabbit to resolve multiple times and we want the mind scan. So here we go with the effect of the illusionist. Now because we are activating an effect, the Funny Dark Rabbit goes away because of the field spell. We put the mind scan, the rabbit comes back. Now if our opponent has Droll and Lockbird or any hand trap whatsoever that can bother us, we can just mind scan negate it, and that's it for the rest of the turn. Now because he got banished for a moment, we can use its effect again. And in this case, we are going for the comic cat. Okay, so here the Funny Dark Rabbit will give us the extra normal summon. So we go normal summon the comic cat. Here we want so here what we're going to do is we're going to use the effect of the comic cat. We can tribute any of these two just in case, because who knows what can happen. Well, in this case, you know what will happen because you have mind scan on the field, right? So you know everything from your opponent. But just in case, for the purpose of the idea of how to combo, let's review the other one just in case something happens. And we special summon another Funny Dark Rabbit. This is very important because this Dark Rabbit have not used its effect yet. Therefore, we can use the effect to get yet another field spell. This one we are going to save in our hand. This is very important because the development of the Yummy combo implies the use of the field zone because of the minion, right? But at the end of the day, we care about the minion in this case and for the purpose of this idea for extension purposes, which means that as long as we use the minion effect to revive, then it's kind of useless at that point. Like, I mean, obviously it's not useless, right? Because the attack boost is always important. But for the purpose of making a combo with the TOON cards to achieve not only the yummy shit, but both engines as much as you can, it is very important for you to consider the minion that way, because you would rather have the TOON field spell than the minion field spell, because we are still going to achieve the rest of the TOON interactions in the sense of the evil bots and the counter. But in order for those interactions to actually be usable, you need TOON Word on the field so the counter can be actually used. So that is why we are valuing in the Embor more to have the field spell of the TOON engine than any field spell from the Yummy engine. Because now, but it was very important to get another search of the rabbit so we can get all of that after we make our Yummy shit. Because here with these two, we can go with the Camellia. The Camellia will dump the Hornet drones. Then you will go with Kagari. Kagari will get back the Hornet drones. You will activate the Hornet drones. And here, you are in a position when the Funny Dark Rabbit not only gives you like the Mind Scan and the Evil Bots, but is also going to get you the Capsi Yummy Way. And as we know, Capsi Yummy Way is all the yummy shit that you may need. So the thing with this is that at this point, what you can do with the Capsi Yummy Way is basically the combo right here with the Sky Striker, as you can see here in the meta file available. So you can just follow that. However, there are other things to consider at this point. Like, for example, you can say that you can do exactly this, like literally what it says here in this combo with when you start just with the Sky Striker shit. But that will imply to put a Fiendsmith engine in the deck, which is very possible because at the end of the day, the extra deck is very, very... It isn't tight at all, especially when you consider other tier 1 decks that has been like for the last years. Yami has a tight extra deck. Rysel has kind of a tight extra deck. Snake Eyes had a tight extra deck. So, and I know that all of those decks may have like 2 or maybe 3 debatable spots, but all of the rest were kind of staple, right? That is not how the Toon deck works, kinda, because as you can see, the development of their cards and the value of the Toon cards are basically all of them in the main deck, because of how they need to give importance to cards like Toon World or the Toon monsters, just like Pegasus were using them, right? And also you can see another phenomenon with the Toons and that is Konami trying to make the game more based around spell and trap cards on the field as interruptions than having monsters on the field as interruptions. Therefore, you can see how the two interactions are built to leave a continuous trap and a counter trap in the form of Toon Terror, right? That is something that Konami has been trying to do for a while, especially since they released cards like Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler No More, etc. So thanks to that, and thanks to this approach Konami has been making for the last years, you can see how the Toon deck don't use the extra deck that much. So you can actually play the Fiendsmith shit and just continue right here. However, you still need to put Fiendsmith cards in your main deck too. So how to harmonize all of that, because now will be 3 engines already, the Yummy, the Toons, and the Fiendsmith, is something to keep debating in future videos, and I will share it with you. And the in-depth thoughts about it will be also in the guide as the constant updates that I'm making. Again, the next update that we'll have in the Yummy Masterclass will be a new updated deck profile for the current format and a review of Pod of Slot and the implications. So now going back to this video, the Toon Yummy combo. Here, regardless of what you are deciding to do with the Capsi way right here, you can go for the combo right here. You can try to do my old combo of Yummy drawing 2 cards. Like, you can just go for the basic shit and guarantee and make a Capsi with an SP. Maybe with the extra deck slots that this deck allows you. Maybe you can also you can also consider the Masquerena option for this version too. Like, what you do with this Capsi Yummy way is up to debate still, and I will still think about it. Now, because every decision has implications, right? In your deck building, in your main deck, in your pieces, in your amount of bricks, in your blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you always need to consider all of that before making a decision. But like, regardless of what you do here, at the end of what you're doing with this card, you send the minion and you activate the other field spell that you added. So here is when we can actually go with the evil bots. And we are doing the evil bots at the end because we need the Toon word face up. And because we are using the minion for the Yummy sheet, we are doing first the Yummy sheet before resolving this last field spell. Because at the end of the day, evil bots just require you to control Toon word. You don't need any other shit. So you just go with this, you use the effect, you special summon it, and you go for the trap card. So as you can see, just like back in the day of making Baron and Baron de Flor and Borrel Savage, the Yummy deck now will have the option to leave a Borrelo Savage and a Baron de Fleur again in the form of Toon Terror and Mind Scan. And remember, this is without consider all the other interruptions that you have available. Usually the Yummy sheet by itself, even without considering the Fiensmith sheet, will have between 5 and 6 interactions. So let's say that here we have 5. With the 2 vanishes, we have 7. With the counter, we have 8. And with Mind Scan, we have 9. Technically 10 if we consider also the plus of perfect information from your opponent, thanks to look into everything, right? So 9 to 10 interactions with just one card combo that will be the Funny Dark Rabbit that can even become oh, what? Okay, so I think it's reconnecting right now. Like the interactions were so powerful and were so many that Dwelling Book couldn't even handle it anymore. It collapsed because of how many combos we were doing right here and how many interactions we ended up with. So you can see that this is actually a lot that you can leave with Funny Dark Rabbit if the Yummy cards and the Sky Striker cards are still alive, like for them. So that is what I wanted to show you for this video. Remember, I will update even a lot more for the best Yummy Masterclass. The next update will be an updated Yummy profile for the current meta and a discussion in depth about Pod of Procrastination when it comes to Yummy Fiensmith and how to respect it and how to play it. So if you enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your people, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.